Chapter 9. More on Scratch. Introduction. You were already introduced to Scratch in your previous chapter. Now, we will learn to work with more blocks, such as variables and operators. You will also learn about conditional programming and looping statements. Project to add to numbers and check if the sum I is greater than 100. Here, we will create a project encompassing the applications of all the blocks covered in the chapter. Let us first learn to create variables in Scratch. Variables blocks. In your home, you must have seen in your kitchen that all the eatables are stored in some containers in order to used in the future. Similarly, in coding, there are variables which are used to store values, which can be used further in a program for calculations and storing result. Creating a variable. 1. Click on the Variables block and select the Make a Variable button from the Variable palette. 2. This will open the window as shown below. Give a name, let's say num_1. Select the type as a number and click on OK. 3. Similarly, create another variable, num_2. Now, your variable is ready to use in your program, as shown below. Before beginning with the program, let us learn about some of the important blocks of variables blocks. 4. Now, let us continue our program. After declaring two variables, drag to the stage and change my variable to num_1 and set its value to 50. Similarly, set the variable of num_2 and set its value to 65. Afterwards, declare the third variable sum to store the result. Operators blocks. You have learned to create variables and store values to them. Now, you will learn to perform calculations using the variables with the help of operators. The operators blocks contain many blocks used for doing mathematical and comparison operations in the programs. Let's learn about some of them. 7. Now, place the variables num_1 and num_2 to the placeholders of the addition operator block as shown below. 8. Click on the green flag button and check the result. The set of code blocks will add the values of num_1 and num_2 variables and store the result in the sum variable. Sensing block. The sensing blocks make sprites to detect and respond to different events, such as mouse actions, key presses, etc., and sense if the sprites or colors touching each other. Some of the common blocks of sensing blocks are. Let us make some modifications to our project, and instead of assigning value to the variables, we will be using block from the sensing block that gets the values of the variables from the user. 9. Click on the sensing blocks, drag ask and wait block from it and snap it below block and write enter the first number to the placeholder. 10. Now, drag block from the variables block and snap it below ask block and place block of the sensing block to its placeholder. 11. Repeat 9 and 10 steps to get the value of the num_2 variable and repeat steps 5, 6 and 7 to declare third variable and placing variables num_1 and num_2 to the placeholders of the addition operator as shown below. Now, click on the green flag to run the code blocks. 12. The program will ask for the first number. Once the user entered it, it will save it in the answer block. Then, the value stored in answer block will get saved into the num_1 variable. 13. Afterwards, the program will ask for a second number. Repeat the same process as covered in step 12 and save the value to the num_2 variable. 14. Finally, it will add two values and store the result to some variable. Conditional blocks. In our daily lives, we make decisions based on certain factors. For example, when deciding whether to carry an umbrella, the determining factor is usually the weather. If it's rainy, you'll take an umbrella; if not, you won't. Similarly, the conditional blocks enable computers to choose between different options based on specific conditions. Scratch provides two blocks for implementing decision-making. A. If-then block. The if-then block evaluates its condition. If the condition is true, the blocks inside it will execute, but if the condition is false, the code within the block will be skipped. B. If-then-else block. The if-then-else block evaluates its condition. If the condition is true, the blocks inside the if will run, but if the condition is false, the code inside the else will be executed. B. If-then-else block. The if-then-else block evaluates its condition. If the condition is true, the blocks inside the if will run, but if the condition is false, the code inside the else will be executed. Project Continue. 15. Select the if-then block from control blocks and add it to the stage as shown. 16. Drag block from the operators block and place it on the placeholder of the if-then block. 17. Afterwards, drag the sum variable and fit it on the first placeholder of the block. 18. Select block from the looks blocks, snap it under if-then block and edit the text of say, block, i.e. sum is greater than 100. 19. Clicking on the green flag will execute the code blocks. The num_1 and num_2 variables will be assigned the values of 50 and 60, respectively. Their sum will then be assigned to the sum variable. 20. The if-then block will check whether the value of the sum variable is greater than. If it is greater than 100, the message sum is greater than 100 will be printed. However, if the value is less than or equal to 100, nothing will happen. 21. If we want our program to show information in both the true and false branches of the condition, we should use the if-then-else block, as shown. 22. Click on the green flag and check the result. Forever block. The blocks are used to repeat a set of statements that should execute indefinitely. When you place the code inside the forever block, it will continuously run in a loop. You can stop the script by clicking on the red stop button. Let us perform the following steps to check the functioning of forever block. A. Choose two sprites, Kasi Dance, from the library. B. Choose the backdrop, Spotlight, from the library. C. Add the blocks as shown below. D. Run the program. The above blocks will continuously change the costume of sprite, Kasi Dance, with a time gap of 0.5 seconds and play the sound in a loop. Using pen extension, the pen extension lets the sprite draw on the stage. To add an extension, follow these steps. 1. Click the Add Extension button. 2. A window will appear with various extensions. Click on the pen extension. Once the pen extension is added, you will see a new set of blocks in the block palette. Some of the pen blocks are drawing shapes using pen extension, Activity 1, drawing line, 1. Delete the default sprite and choose pencil sprite from the library. Two dots the pencil sprite will appear on the stage. Change its size and other properties with the help of Sprite Info pane. Afterwards, drag Set Pen Size to and Set Pen Color to from the pen blocks to the stage. Set the size and color of the pen as shown. 4. Then, drag the pen down block and add Move Steps block from the motion blocks. Run the program by clicking on the green flag and check the output as shown alongside. Activity 2. Drawing Square 1. Set the color and size of the pen using Set Pen Size to and Set Pen Color to block and snap pen down block under it. 2. Drag Repeat block from the control block and set it values for. As a square has 4 equal sides, it will repeat the same code blocks 4 times using the repeat block. 3. Now, drag Move Steps block and turn degree block from the motion blocks and set their value 190 respectively. This will make the sprite move 100 steps and turn the face of sprite to 90 degree. 4. Afterwards, drag Change Pen Color by block from the pen block. Set its value to 10 or any of your choice. This will change the color of the pen by a specified amount after every turn, which means that every side of the square will have a different color. Run the program by clicking on the green flag and check the output as shown alongside. Run the program by clicking on the green flag and check the output as shown alongside.